Hello. I got the George Santos thing gone. I don't know if you looked at the other video and know what I'm talking about, but anyway, like I said, I'm kind of getting used to my platform again. So here we go to let's chat with CC, and we chatting about reality shows. I'm gonna start reviewing reality shows, especially since right now there's a writer's strike and an actor strike going on right now, and there's nothing on TV but reality shows because I really try not to look at reality shows, but it's the only thing that's on TV besides Netflix, and Netflix then chopped a lot of us off. So, I still got Netflix, but a lot of people don't have Netflix. So either it's not much to do if you ain't on a streaming service, or got your things together. Basically, you're looking at reality shows. So, whether you like it or not, the reality shows are here. So we're gonna talk about some of it because some of it, you all know, reality is not reality. It's reality to a certain extent because how they do it is they put people together for certain situations, and it could be heated situations. So with that said, people gonna react certain ways, and I think with let's say black reality shows, they do it a lot different. And the reason I say that is because, like, you look at the Housewives of New York, the Housewives of Orange County, they're not on right now, but the Housewives in the past compared to the Housewives of Atlanta, or I think Housewives of Atlanta was the most ratchet. I mean, you got Potomac and you got DC, and well, they ratchet too, but the ones that people of color, they just, to me, put you out there so that, I mean, it's reality as far as they don't tell you what to say, but they put you in situations that they know is a heated situation, so they know that you're gonna react. And let's face it, people of color do react. That's one thing I think we don't know how to do, is to put a good poker face on, and just calm down your feelings. We're gonna explode. And some people, I'm gonna put Nene Leaks out there. I'm just gonna say this because to me, she got where she got, even where she's at today, even though to me she shot herself in the foot. But and she's begging Bravo back essentially to try to get anywhere she could fit in now. Before, she was such a rich bee and everything that she thought she was too good. I mean, but she made her claim the fame by bullying people, being the biggest person. Just, I think the only person, she even admitted this on Carlos King's show, that the only people that gave her, person that gave her a run for her money was Claudia. Everybody else, they were scared to say something. I know one time, Marlo, she been into it with everybody, but Marlo was kind of saying something against her. But the next season she come back because at that time Nene had her pool, and so she thought she was just that B. So if she wants you up the show, she would just make comments and stuff trying to get you up the show. And so if you wanted to be on the show, you pretty want to know how to lick ass or whatever. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be kicked off of YouTube just getting back on it. But I'm just saying, that's how a lot of them, feel like that's what they got to do. I mean, all of them do have to have storylines because let's face it, if everybody was just totally boring, nobody would look. I mean, that's just a cold hard fact. Even though you're saying you don't want them to act ratchet and everything, I mean, really, do we look at something that everybody's having a nice day in the neighborhood and everybody just getting along? No, we don't. So to a certain degree, they have to have a little kind of something going on, and in everybody's life, everybody really do have certain things going on if they be truthful about it. Everybody got something going on. So it's just a matter of putting it all out there. Are you willing to put it all out there? And because we see, like, say, the is it DC? DC, well, I know Monique Samuels was on Potomac. Then she switched to DC, and you see what happened to her. She's in the process of getting divorced if she haven't got divorced already. Same with Cynthia, even though Cynthia marriage probably was doomed from the beginning. But I'm just saying, you put yourself out there and let everybody in your business stuff happen. But to me, Kandi Burruss is the only one that have handled TV well enough that it has worked for her. Because she put her stuff out there, but she keep it to a degree that it's not gonna just blow up and to a degree that it just haven't been the mess that everybody else have. And I think she has a lot of haters just because of that, because she's been prospering rather than going down like some people wanted to go down. But anyway, getting back to the subject, we're going to talk about some of them. Some of them I'm not going to talk about this week because I did get to look at it, but I'm just going to make a quick rerun about it. We're going to talk about let's start with the Bell Collectives. Now, you have to know about these shows to know the characters because I ain't got time to go all through them. But what happened this week? Basically nobody's been really talking about nothing interesting. We all know Latrice and her husband Cliff. We don't know about her. Everybody suspect she's being abused, whether, sometimes you have mental abuse, sometimes you have physical abuse. Now, people, we got all kind of sleuths on the internet that say they seen marks and stuff on her elbows, so that they think Cliff is beating her. I know she left him. She even said that on the show that she's been staying with her brother for a few weeks. But she tried to make everything look good. I'm staying with my brother for a few weeks, so we straighten it all out. You don't move out your house and move to your brother's house and just to straighten things out. So it must be serious problems. And you could tell when she even talks, she looks scared. She got big eyes, and every time she talks, she looking like, is he seeing her, or is she saying something that she shouldn't be saying? So I do believe something is going on with that. I can't say because I don't know, but I do believe the allegations about some kind of abuse is going on there. Of course, she married an older man, which I'm not saying people shouldn't marry an older man, but when you marry too much of an older man, it just don't work because most of the time they drain your youth. I gotta plug up my machine. Hold on one moment. Okay. It's just been my experience of people that I know. I don't know if they call that May December or December May when it's the other way around, but this is a older man and a younger woman. But they do drain your youth. It seemed like the younger woman tries to meet the maturity of a much older man. And when I say older man, I'm talking about like 20 years. You trying to meet his maturity level, and his maturity level is so old, it's like your grandfather. So, instead of being the bubbly, youthful person that you could be, and you're supposed to be, because everybody has a life, and they have a certain time of that life. You have your 20s that you should go enjoy yourself, travel, do whatever, sort your wild oats or do whatever. 30s tend to be slowing down a little bit and get a little bit more focused on what I want to do. Hopefully you kind of do it at the end of your 20s, trying to go into your 30s, so that you'll know what you want to do, go in that direction or something. Some people's earlier, some people later. Your 40s, you definitely should be kind of slowed down, or, like into the family mode, most people. I'm not saying this is an absolute or what you have to, but you mostly focused in your career, or, just settling down. And then, 50, you kind of still raising kids, but trying to get them on out of the house, or, settling your career, looking forward to retirement. 60, you are retired. But okay, so if you're 60 years old, a 60-year-old man coming down to somebody that's 20 or 30, 20 or 30, you still trying to party, you still trying to get things out of your system and everything. So now you got this man that like, no, you should be home cooking my meals, or we looking at TV on a Friday night or something. So it's kind of like no medium, because the 20-year-old is trying to satisfy the 60-year-old. And most of the time, the 60-year-old got something that the 20-year-old want. That's why they with him in the first place. Because I'm just gonna put it out there. You may love a person, but I don't know. I don't see. It's to me, it's like, I don't know. You love your daddy, but that don't mean, you want to sleep with your daddy, or you don't. I think most of the time when you have that big a difference, it's something that somebody wants from the relationship. Most time the man wants, young eye candy, something to hold on his thing to say, yeah, I got this. And the younger person, they either looking for security, find a way of life that they want, that they need, or something, or want, and that's the common ground they have. But whether they're happy or not, a lot of times happiness ain't in the picture. And I think that's with Cliff and Patrice. She's now finding herself, and she's now getting where, okay, yeah, he gave her a certain life, but now she could do it for herself. And so she's at the point that, I don't need a daddy. She even said it. Why I would calling him daddy, and I think that's where I made my mistake, because now he really think he's my daddy, and really he was her daddy, and that's pretty much what it is when you marry somebody 40 years older. You think about it, they pretty much are your daddy. Just somebody that you're sleeping with, but basically, most likely he doing everything that she got to do everything that he say to stay in line, or either she's scared to give up what she got. But I think she's getting to a point that she's, almost ready to give that up and realize that, hey, I could do this for myself, and I could stand on my own 2 feet. So why I got to put up with this old guy, making me do this or want to live like this, that's draining your life. But anyway, that's just my spiel. Okay, but getting back to the subject, so that's where they at. Latrice is kind of like, she's ready to, like they say, bulk right now. So so that's that. Marie ain't doing nothing, and then they had Lakeisha. Look. I think the main character, Lakeisha. I got to get these girls. I know their faces and stuff, but Lakeisha, she had her brunch, inspiration. And of course, Latrice was sitting up there drinking and telling people, insulting people, talking about, oh, nobody wants a 9 to 5, which I do. I do agree with everybody, Marie and everybody who said that, yeah, she's insulting the audience, because 9 to 5 is important. Everybody can't own their own thing. If he had everybody owning everything, then it's just like in a community. Somebody got to be the ants. You can't have everybody. Like they say, chiefs and no Indians. So 9 to 5 workers are important. You need them. Somebody need to do the work. If nobody do the work, what would happen? So she did kind of insult them and saying, like, nobody wants to do that. Like, you a scum of the earth if you do have a 9 to 5. When she, like I say, the reality is, if she didn't have Cliff, she probably would be doing a 9 to 5 or something else. So sometimes you just shouldn't forget where you've been and where you came from, and just be glad that you ain't there no more. Okay, so she got up there drinking and said a comment like that, so they kind of got on her for that. Actually, she's going to get on her for next week, but they kind of talked in their private sessions, saying that she was wrong for that, and they noticed that she's drinking because she's not happy, which is true. And then this other girl who we don't know, that Lakeisha brought her on stage, she made a comment. I guess she's from somewhere else, because she said she don't even think they have houses over 200,000 in what is it, Mississippi? I gotta figure out. Let me show you how much I've been watching a reality show. I think they're in Mississippi. I know they talk about Beale Street, so maybe they're in Memphis. But anyway, she think the town's so poor they don't even have 200 houses that's over 200,000. So Gucci supposed to straight her straight about she sell multi-million-dollar houses. So now that's one thing about reality TV. They put all this out like I sell multi-million out houses, I make seven figures and all that. Now that's the part that really sometimes is not true. They want to perpetrate that and they hope to make that, but sometimes they don't be making it. They just getting on TV. And in reality, to me, if it was me personally, if I was making upwards of seven figures, I wouldn't even be on TV. Why embarrass yourself putting yourself all out there and stuff and you making good money? I don't know. But and I know I guess you do want to, because Candy definitely making that, but I guess you do want to keep that's one thing reality TV do. You can put your products and stuff that you're doing, and it's free marketing dollars. I mean, it's smart if you know how to control it. You got free marketing. You can't beat that. So I guess that's a good thing. But if you ain't got all that stuff going for you, but anyway, okay. So that was pretty much it for the show. And so Gucci started bringing her daughter around a little bit more. I guess she's trying to get her on the show. Now I seen video where so Gucci's daughter was talking about their history. I was surprised to learn that I guess so Gucci left her daughter to concentrate when her and her husband got together. And I'm trying to think of what I don't forgot when they got together, but anyway, that she left her. She really kind of did raise her. I guess it was a grandmama raised her. I don't know. But she left her to concentrate on her marriage to instead of her kids. So that was a shock. But that's what her daughter said. So I'm not gonna go on into that because I don't know if that's true, but that's what she said. And so that's why they don't really have a close relationship. But I guess they starting to get a close relationship. Okay. So anyway, that was it with that. And basically it was boring this week. It wasn't nothing special going on. They didn't show nothing about nobody's husband except for talk about Cliff. Okay, so let's get to the Real Housewives. Now on the Real Housewives, they should be ending soon because really they dragged on really all season about this scenario of Drew kissing Latoya, and was it true? And was it? I mean, this really happened a couple of seasons ago. So this is where it comes in that you need a storyline, because I don't even see, and I don't think nobody even care who Drew kissed or who she didn't even kiss. But I guess the reason they brought all this up because we all know that Drew Sidora is getting a divorce. So I guess this is to justify the reason why she getting a divorce or what leading up to her divorce. Now I heard that she was actually had an affair with Ty, the one that was going with Mimi Foss in Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if y'all remember those people, but anyway, that's what the story was. Now whether she was or whether she wasn't, I guess that's the reason kissing a girl would focus in on it, and Drew denied it. But regardless, they showed Drew and her husband going on dates and trying to get their marriage together. He been stopped marriage counseling, and it just seemed like to me from when the picture first started a couple of seasons ago. I mean, he would disappear for like weeks at a time, and she didn't know where the heck he was. I mean, that's not normal for a married man. I mean, they were saying that everybody was saying that in the first place, but it just really wasn't normal. I think he just came. His name is Ralph. I think he just came back into the picture just to get paid as a character, a husband on the picture, because he was doing that stuff when they first came on. So that marriage was kind of down in the dumps way beforehand. But if you look at them, they still putting on a pretense, kissing each other, husband, this my husband, and all this stuff. When they're around people, even when they was on date, like he feeling on her chin and everything, acting like we need to get this together. We busy, and that's a problem. But they still smile at each other like everything is all Humpty Dumpty BS. Okay, so then the next scene, he comes into his party and don't even acknowledge his wife and go around hugging and kissing all the other friends. So, I mean, that's just crazy, but that's what the show was mainly about all this weekend. They just trying to prove that Drew kissed Latoya. So really, that wasn't nothing to talk about. It really wasn't. Okay, so it was boring. Let's get to Love and Marriage Detroit. Now, this is a fairly new show. Been around I guess about a couple of weeks or something like that. But now they trying to spotlight Detroit. It's 3 couples. I see that all of them got disruption in their marriage too, which who doesn't? But they got to blow it up to make it something big. By the end of this show, some of them may not be married themselves, but right now I guess everybody trying to get the money. So hey, they on the show. We got a couple named Brandon and Christina, who Christina's a social media person, and they've been married, I guess, about 8 to 10 years, got kids and everything, but they got married really in a quickie way. But Brandon is trying to be a promoter, which kind of doesn't make sense because he's a promoter and trying to get these artists that could sing, when they disclosed that his wife Christina got a pretty voice, and he doesn't promote her, and she haven't mentioned anything about singing. So that sounds kind of crazy. I don't know what's with that, but yeah. So in the meantime, he's at odds with the men on the show, and I think Carlos King is trying to since I don't know if anybody's seen Carlos King interview with Peter Thomas, but Peter Thomas was saying that he tried the reason they started bringing the husbands on Real House of Atlanta is because he felt that it's more interesting watching men too have a scenes or get into stuff as well as ladies. For Peter Thomas, he probably was just trying to make money, but it worked. It worked. So now I think with this show, that's why they putting the husbands more in the mix. And it's kind of funny in a way, but because you don't usually see men that's arguing about petty stuff. Like one of the men, he wants to be a preacher. But at the same time, he says because Brandon called his wife Kobe, this is Russell, called his wife Kobe a Kobe cat, which is kind of like a copycat, so childish, saying that she was copying off of his wife. This guy that's supposed to be a preacher, Russell, was talking about, oh man, I felt like breaking every bone in your body when you called my wife a Kobe cat. Okay. So, anyway, they just over the top. I mean, to me, I'm not even gonna say what these men are acting like, but it just, like I say, everybody just trying to keep their place on the show, and you could kind of tell. So, but at the same time, they have these women that the man is more dominant, and like Brandon, he goes off a couple of days and stay wherever, and then comes back and he says he just had to get his mind right. I don't know. I don't know what kind of marriage exists that your husband go away. I mean, I guess it does. You see what happened to Wendy Williams when her husband had a whole apartment, and she put up with him going away for a couple of days and coming back when he wanted to. And you see what she found out. And pretty much when you have that situation, that's exactly what's going on. So I don't understand why women would put up with a man just walking out the house and coming back when he want to. I mean, if you want to do that, you could just be single. And I mean, to me, I just make it easy for you. You know, you don't have to come back, but I don't know. Okay, so anyway, back to Russell. Russell and Kobe's problem is he wants to become a preacher. She don't want to be a first lady, and he just making decisions like he want to make decisions and don't even discuss it with his wife. Like he just come home and say, "I'm going to buy a gym," and she just supposed to fall in line. And basically that's what she does. Why she's saying, "Oh, I don't know why he don't discuss things with me," when he doing it over and over and over again. So that kind of gets bored, but that's dragging out. And then we have the other couple, which is Brandon and Latoya. She's a doctor, and I really don't know what he do. He supposed to be having his men's group, but I really don't know what he do. But anyway, they have problems too because she's a doctor and she has children, and he wants to go away promoting things and staying, like he wants to move to Atlanta, and she just stay back where she's staying with some little kids and still holding down her career. And she was like, put her foot down and said, no, if you don't get back here and help with these kids, you don't have to worry about it, which I think is reasonable. But so he came back and started helping with those kids because most likely she probably the breadwinner of that family. They ain't said that, but that's what I'm guessing. So anyway, that's their little trick. But right now they're not in the spotlight. So anyway, that's basically it. I mean, nothing's really happening so excited, but we'll keep talking about it. And like I say, I hope you like and share this video. I'm just not getting started again, so I'm just putting some content out. Anything that you want to talk about or a subject that's coming up on that's on the top of my head, I know I'm going to put it out. If you want to chat with Cece about something, then you just tell me and we can still talk about it. Catch me by subscribing and ringing that bell. I haven't been on a while. I guess everything is still working like it should. I don't know. I got to test some things out, but I just wanted to get on and just get back my feet in the water and stuff. And I'll be putting stuff out. So like I say, like, share, please subscribe, comment, leave me comments. You may not have caught this live, but I read the comments. So, just let's keep it going. Like I say, I don't know when I'll be on, but if you subscribe, you'll get a notice that I'm coming on, and that's how you know. So you can come chat with Cece. So until next week, and we'll talk about some more reality shows. But I know I didn't get with Love and Hip Hop, and I will. I don't want to stay on too long because I got things to do, but I'll tell you this. Okay, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going on with this not Brandy. The child just got divorced. Scrappy and Bambi, they just got divorced. And Erica and the Imani, the child, but really ain't a child. She's a young woman now, 17 or 18. But anyway, that was so stupid. I don't even care to talk about it because, first of all, it's just storylines. Because you got Imani who's giving she's been on social media giving interviews talking about somebody, Erica, saying somebody didn't feed her child. That's why she don't like to go over there and all that, which is bull. First of all, Imani is like, 17 years old, 16 to 17 during the times that Erica is making these accusations. And even Imani, I think Imani just like young adults that don't want to grow up that, I think is playing both sides of the fence, to tell you the truth, because at one time, I know she was going over there with Bambi and Scrappy when everything was good and wasn't nothing to be said. And to me, at 16 or 17, if you wasn't getting no food or nothing, I think that's old enough that you could pick up the phone and call your mom and say, look, you need to come get me, or I'm not eating or something. Or hell, 16, 17, you go in the kitchen and cook something yourself, or call Grubhub or something. Your father making money. So I don't understand all that. You know what I mean? That's just crazy. And I think that's just that. I think that's storyline stuff. But I mean, who knows? But it just sounds crazy to me. So we got that going on. I love hip hop. And then Sierra, it seemed like she in and out relationships and still in and out relationships. I don't know enough about it to say if she should or if she shouldn't, but it just seemed like to me it was writing on the walls that said that relationship wasn't going to be studied in the first place from last season. So, you know, I don't know, but I don't know why people do things anyway. But that's enough of that. And like I said, we'll talk about more of Love and Hip Hop because we got Love and Hip Hop Miami that's on, and basically just reality shows are on. And if you didn't catch Netflix, Who Cloned Tyrone with Jamie Foxx, I think it's a good show. We ain't talk about it, but I think it's good. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I think it's worth watching. Okay, so with that said, that's it. And I'm off and hope to talk to you and help chat with CC next time. But in the meantime, like, share, or comment on the video, and let's get it started. Bye.